Alright, so for those of you just tuning in, my name is Resonance22, and today I have the honor of co-casting with Promi for the Masters of AI Grand Finals. Game 1 in this Best of 5 series is going to be a 4v4 on the map Arabia, which features many of the best Userpatch AIs out there. So Promi, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, hello Russ. Glad to be here.
Yes, now, brief disclaimer before we go into this is that I haven't really casted that many AI games before, but thankfully Promi is incredibly knowledgeable on AIs, so we'll be asking him plenty of questions along the way. He did build one of the AIs that we are going to be seeing throughout the finals of this tournament, the Promi AI, and he also built the Age of Empires 2 HD, the new AI for that one. Let's see. Thank you so much, Shadar, for the $35. I really appreciate it. Alright, so, are you into the game, Promi?
Yes, I'm at the same point as you are, so at 000, and I'm at game speed 75.
Alright, I'm also at game speed 75, so this is going to be pretty cool. You guys get to watch us mess this up and get horribly out of sync. So, let's do this.
Alright.
We'll do it on go, so like 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Perfect.
And I already messed it up, but hopefully we're good to go. Are you like 4 seconds in? What seconds are you in? 5?
15, 16, 17.
15, 16, 17. Okay.
25.
I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause at 33.
Okay, me too.
All right.
All right.
And 3, 2, 1, go. 34,
okay.
35, 36. All right, and we're in. So let's get into the game as I have to reselect the players so that I can turn on and off the fog of war. All right, perfect. So to start off, Promi, could I get you to introduce all the AIs here today? What are the two teams facing each other?
Sure. Okay. So as we mentioned before, this is the Grand Finals, and the teams who made it to the Grand Finals consist of one full Barbarian team. Barbarian was actually scripted by the Max, or Aoe2 also known as the popular 2250 Edo Wookiee player. So with his top knowledge, he was able to create a super strong AI with his well thought out strategies. And in the opposing team, the team is called Evil Kitties. It's also on Barbarian, the blue player here. Then the Horde. This is an AI created by Archon, and it's been developed like since about 10 years or something, or previous versions of it. So that's really strong too. And I quickly mentioned Promi, but yeah, I just want to say again that I scripted this AI. And the great player Juggernaut is created by, or was created by Unfairest Eel. Also very strong, usually known for being very aggressive. And yeah, should be an awesome matchup here. And yeah, I think those are the strongest AIs Barbarian could face in the finals. So it's going to be, very exciting, I think.
Yeah, it's worth noting that while Age of Empires 2 HD Edition does have more advanced AIs than the classic CD version, this tournament is played on the Userpatch version of Age of Empires 2, which has a wide variety of features and bug fixes not present in Aoe2 HD or in 1.0c, which allows itself to have incredibly advanced AIs that are just impressive in so many aspects. Like earlier on at the start of the game, we actually got to see, Barbarian doing things like scouting with his sheep, for example. It is always very cool to see. Now, before we get too far into the game itself, Promi, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. So I loved playing AOC as a kid, and didn't play it for some years after that. And around 2011, I rediscovered AOC, and since I was always messing with ways to modify the AI of different games, like for example Warcraft 3 or Stronghold, and different games, I was looking into scripting an AI for Age of Empires 2, and lo and behold, it is actually possible. So I started scripting an AI immediately. At first I only wanted to create one for the scenario, but yeah, I just couldn't stop. And even though I was a noobish player in the very beginning, so I wasn't able to create a very strong AI either. Yeah, I improved my game knowledge, I improved my AI scripting knowledge, and I just kept working on it. So now I'm pretty excited that it actually reached the finals in this Evil Kitties team. And yeah, so along the way, I talked to Decision about this original FE modification for the AOC game, so not the HD version. And after some talks, he included my AI in the 2.2 version of the Forgotten Empires, which is still available. And yeah, time kept going on, and at some point he asked me if I wanted to, I'm not sure if it was him, but anymore actually. But yeah, I was asked to work on the Aoe2 AI for the official game. And yeah, I gladly accepted. And originally I worked together with Archon, but didn't have that much time anymore. So yeah, we worked together in the beginning, and from then on I took over. And so yeah, from before the HD game was, no, before patch 3.8 was released or something, which was where my AI was implemented, or 3.6 I think. And yeah, I'm just happy to be a part of this H2 community, and I'm very glad that it's still alive and striving as it is right now, because it's just one of these games which I can always play without getting burnt out or something. It's just always fun to me.
Oh yeah,
So
I completely agree.
Yeah, really glad to be in this position, and yeah.
And I'm glad that you're here as well, so I think that everybody can agree that the current HD AI it's like night and day when you compare it to the Conquerors AI that we all grew up with. That's how I got into AI scripting initially, was, I've always tried to get my friends into Age of Empires 2, but we all know that online play can be a little bit intimidating at first, so everyone wants to start with bot games, but the old Conquerors AI was not too bright and had a lot of particularly strange behaviors to it, and that's one of the things that I really like about the HD edition, is that the default AI is so much smarter. Now, speaking of AIs being smarter in Userpatch, we've already seen Promi doing some pretty sick deer luring with its scout. What are some of the major features of Userpatch AIs compared to HD AIs that makes them so much more advanced?
Alright, so yeah, the best thing which the Userpatch has, which HD doesn't have yet, or at least, yeah, I don't know if it will ever have that, but is the ability to micro, like you can actually tell units for the first time where they're supposed to go. So, for example, for deer luring, you can search for the deer, you can draw a line from your town center to the deer, go one tile behind it, and tell your scout to go there. And this way, yeah, you can lure deer, or you can actually just perform an awesome rush, like a Dark Age rush with 3 militias or something. You can tell them to go explicitly to the enemy lumber camp, for example, and just target the villagers there. And yeah, there are so many possibilities. Like AIs for the first time can even play migration. Yeah, before this migrating was introduced in the user patch, AIs weren't able to transport villagers, and now they can literally do everything and anything that they want with units. So that's really awesome. There are so many possibilities, and some AIs even try to improve their battle behavior, like do hit and run with archers and cavalry archers and so on. So that's really, really awesome. And yeah, HD doesn't have it at the moment, and this is definitely one of the things which holds it back. But yeah, as you said, I think it's still a very, very good improvement over the original AI, which was also the main reason why I looked into AI scripting. Because it always seemed to me that the original AI seemed to fizzle out at some point and didn't do much anymore. Like, especially if you played deathmatch, which I did when I was a noob, and yeah, it's still fun, but I definitely played it a lot back then. And in the late game, the AI only had 3 farms or something, so it was definitely necessary to create my own AI.
Now, again, thank you so much, Groove Metal and Shadar, for the donation. Really appreciate it. I will buy a cookie pizza, which I've actually had before, so thank you. Nololon wants to know if these AI can work together to coordinate attacks and trade.
All right, yeah, that's a good question. And they absolutely can. Yeah, AIs check for things inside of goals or variables. And with the user patch, you can also check the goals and variables of your allies. So you can actually check if it says that it's attacking or not. And so you can coordinate your attack with it. You can also check who it's targeting. And yeah, so a flank and pocket, for example, can attack the enemy flank at the same time. The communication probably isn't as good as between humans, where they can, yeah, talk about anything and everything they want, of course. But yeah, it's definitely possible to do the more basic things, maybe even a bit more. But yeah, the AIs aren't at 100% of their potential yet. They still have room to grow.
Oh, definitely. But so far, we've already seen some really cool things. Like, we just saw the Horde actually spawn in the knights initially garrisoned inside its stable before ungarrisoning them. Just like various little improvements like that really make a huge difference. Now, on to the actual strategy choice in this game so far. Is there anything that catches your fancy?
Alright, so for example, the blue player, that's the Barbarian and the evil Kitties team. And he is going for full archer rush. And he's very committed. He's not only training a couple of archers and then quickly going into the Castle Age, but he's actually training very many of them. And this is unusual because AIs have a harder time at microing. They can potentially micro their units very well, but it needs a lot of scripting work. So many AIs like to go for a lot of skirmishers just to be on the safe side. You don't need to micro them a lot. And they just work well versus archers. And Barbarian is one of those AIs, which is where the scripter is very confident in what he has taught his AI to do. So he's letting it train a lot of archers because he's certain that he can micro, for example, around enemy towers and just do a lot of damage with it and won't be stopped by just a few puny skirmishers.
Indeed. Now, thank you, Vils on Pills, for subscribing and Hutchkiss for the reset. One interesting thing that I just noticed is that the Horde sent a group of knights to an area that was unexplored into Red's base. Is this because he can see that he's communicating with his teammates and that one of his teammates has scouted out Red's base?
Oh, yeah, it's... they can't exactly see the space, which the allies saw, like even cartography or spies or whatever doesn't work for the AIs. But he chose a point on the map, which he actually discovered before, and then moved. It's difficult to explain. And then created a different point, which is just a bit to the side, so he can, dodge towers, for example. But there wasn't a tower yet. So I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but he can even move his units to places which he didn't discover yet. But that's just with the user patch microsystem that was implemented, and wouldn't have been possible in HD if he didn't scout the enemy yet.
Aha. Well, it appears that the yellow Barbarian AI is streaming in a large group of Castle Age Eagle Warriors.
Oh,
Where
wow.
are those heading? You see that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool actually, because that's not a strategy you see very often. Let's see, he's on... Alright, two town centers and... Whoa, wait, just one barracks? Yeah, just one barracks.
Break the meta.
Yeah, I thought there were more barracks.
Welcome to the stream, by the way, Aoe2 and Colored Mirror Ball was wondering if these AIs are cheating. Now, I know the answers to some of these questions, but I'm going to ask them anyway, since most people don't. But are any of these AIs cheating in this particular game? Do they have like resource cheats or anything?
Yeah, they have absolutely nothing. They are not cheating in resources, and they are also not cheating. Yeah, they're also not cheating in the way that they would always know what the enemy trains, for example. So they're not cheating at all. Yeah.
Which makes it all the more impressive. If you guys haven't had the horror of playing versus, Barbarian, Promi, the Horde, Juggernaut, and many of the other Userpatch AIs on Voobly, then you're missing out, because it can be surprising that even though they're not cheating, they can actually take games off a skilled player if you're not prepared.
Ooh, look at Promi, this young player. Oh my god,
Yeah.
he's getting raided by knights. Usually, you should have a lot of monks by now, because when he's doing his Elite Eagle Warrior rush in quotation marks, he's also training a monk defense to defend against enemy knight raids, and that usually works very well.
Is he in? So he converted to knight. Is he intentionally pulling away the purple barbarian's knights with that knight?
That would have been really nice, and that's a good idea, but it's actually just a designated scout now, and he's pulling away all the knights.
Brilliant!
So awesome. But yeah, of course it's intentional.
God.
And now Promi has time to train a few more monks, which is really awesome for him. And now he can convert a Neo Knight there in the base.
Well, I hope the blue barbarian is ready, because he's about to get attacked by the orange one, who's in the Castle Age with a huge mixed army comp.
Oh wow, yeah. And Barbarian, the blue one, is in the Feudal Age.
Oh, he just got to Castle?
Yeah, nice. Alright, let's see if we can upgrade his units in time. It seems like Orange is wasting some time chasing a few villagers down, but that's still some economic damage.
What timestamp are you on, by the way?
So nice shots off. I think I'm a little bit behind you.
Because I'm at 28, 11, 12, 15, 16.
Alright, can you pause for a second?
Alright, I'll pause at 28:30.
Alright, I'll tell you when I'm almost there. That's weird.
It's okay,
Alright,
I've seen T90 have to do this before, so we got this. Are you at 28:30?
Not yet. Wait a second.
Yeah?
Almost. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Bingo.
Alright, perfect. Alright, so Blue actually managed to push Orange back with the help of his tower there, which was very crucial.
Yes.
And yeah, in the latest updates, Barbarian got a bit more conservative with its units, really trying just not to lose too many, and doesn't attack as recklessly anymore, maybe as it used to, but Warf was very strong. And also Promi managed to push Purple away, also has quite a lot of monks now. And yeah, I think he's set for his Elite Eagle Warrior soon. He's already training the first Eagles. Oh, but at the other side of the map, between red and gray, there's actually also a huge fight.
Yeah, it looks like the battle is going to go heavily in favor of the red barbarian player. He's mixing in a couple of Huns cavalry archers with his army, and he just has a very strong group of archer range units. He also has purple to back him up, who's mixed in a couple of camels with his own knights, which should give him a favorable engagement versus the green horde. But yeah, overall, things are looking good for the barbarian team with this fight.
It was close between the fight in the fight between purple and green, but yeah, now it's very clear that the purple barbarian is going to come out on top. And looks like red isn't sure if he wants to push yet. No. Now he's moving into attack.
Yeah, just going to slowly pick off the remainder of Juggernaut's units. Juggernaut is actually very far behind in this particular situation as red menacingly moves his army forward. He does have a watchtower to protect him, so I don't think that this will actually kill him, but in the meantime... it looks like purple's moving out too. This could be bad.
Oh, yeah. Also, Juggernaut is is the only AI actually in this game who doesn't micro his units at all. Like with the new Userpatch tools.
So he's the most relatable AI for human players.
Yeah, probably. Alright, on the other side, Promi is still waiting with his Elite Eagle Warriors. But yeah, Grey's in a lot of trouble now. Especially because Green also already lost a lot of his knights.
Well, in just a minute, it looks like we're going to see how Eagle Warriors match up versus Elite Eagle Warriors, because the Yellow Barbarian's coming in. Promi, though, with 5,600 score. We'll have to see how this fight goes.
Score lead for 1 second. Quickly, spectators, everyone make a screenshot. Alright.
Which AI's on top? Promi's on top.
That's right. Alright. Yeah, so Grey's still in a lot of trouble. Especially because Purple is hitting him too. And yeah, doesn't look too good yet. So let's hope that this side here, the Blue Barbarian and Cyan Promi can do some damage, so that the game yeah, doesn't end in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Barbarian's doing a great job holding the line here, just completely mopping up all those yellow Eagle Warriors, and then now, here comes Promi with the Elite Eagle Warriors. I wonder if this is going to be the death of Orange. We'll see if he can defend this one.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. Like, Orange has a few skirmishers which won't help at all, light cavalry, which also really won't help, and yeah, a few crossbows, oh my god, but not enough, I think. Yellow just upgraded to Elite Eagle Warriors, but he's going to be a bit late and has a bit less, I think. Blue is also moving out, so a coordinated attack.
Ooh. Well, this is going to be particularly deadly for Orange, which is a good thing, because the other side of the map is not looking so good. Juggernaut very much dying right now, and the Horde trying to mix in a couple of siege weapons to defend himself, but that cavalry is just cutting right through him. I think, though, that Green might not die, but Gray's looking pretty bad. Yeah.
That's actually really good by Purple, that he realized that Gray is dead anyway, and just moved on to Green here to hurt him before he can build up an army that is strong enough to just push through in one clean sweep. So, yeah. Alright, it seems like Xian did do some big economic damage here to Orange, but at the same time Yellow is joining in with his own Elite Eagle Warriors now. He's missing one attack upgrade, but it seems like they're going to hold here.
Yeah, a lack of Blast Furnace is going to make this a favorable engagement for Teal if Yellow decides he wants to take that fight, but now it looks like he's a little bit torn. Orange got severely crippled by this, so the question is who's going to lose their flank faster?
Yeah, actually, I just noticed that Barbarian, the Orange Barbarian, lost 150 units, but is still on 60 pop, while Juggernaut lost 130 units and is only on 17 pop. 17? Yeah, that's brutal.
Oh my.
Absolutely brutal.
Jeez. Those on
it looks like. Oh, yeah, it looks like even Red is considering that now. It's just moving on to Green here.
Yeah, I like that the AIs check for that. That's very cool. Now, Bills on Pills says that my daughter is 6 years old, and we're huge fans of Age of Empires 2. Could you get a shout out? Yes. Hello, Vils on Pills and Zoe. Welcome to the stream. Right now, yeah.
I just wanted to chime in on the shout out.
Oh, go for it.
Oh yeah, no, just have a great time. I think it's great that you showed your daughter H2 because it's a great game. Yes. And I hope she enjoys it.
It is obviously one of my favorite games of all time, if not my favorite game. And it's just great to see exactly how many awesome features that Userpatch brings to the table. While I'm very attached to my HD edition Resbot AI, it cannot compare to the might of Barbarian, Promi, the Horde, and Juggernaut. It's just cool to see how advanced all this stuff really can be compared to the Conquerors AI that we all grew up with. And poor Juggernaut, what pop is he at now? 11?
Oh, he's just at 11, yeah. That's, he just also lost his main town center, and for AIs this is really big. They can actually rebuild very well. Also only on the Userpatch actually, not on the HD edition. But losing the main town center reshifts everything to a new location, and the AIs can't exactly know if this location is safe, as well as humans would be able to evaluate it. And I don't know if you discovered it already, but to the left side of this old town, there's a town center now with one watchtower. But I'm not sure how long that's going to be standing there.
Yeah, that's not particularly safe. Now, Armgan was wondering if you could roughly estimate how challenging these AIs can be for players. Like, is there a relative ELO that you would put all these AIs at on the hard difficulty where they don't cheat?
Okay, this is a nice question. I also heard it a couple of times. It's kind of tough to say. I think in the very early game, or let's just take Barbarian, for example, because it's, I think, the strongest AI right now. It's in the early game, it's sub 1600 in rupee, I would say. And I think in the early game on HD, you need to be about 1800 to beat it it's just a rough estimate, but it should be about right. And in the late game, it gets better because, yeah, the vulnerability or vulnerabilities it has in the early game just disappear, and it has such a strong economy and has no problems multitasking. So it's, yeah, really tough to beat in the late game. I'm not sure if it's 1600 in the late game, but it's, yeah, no, probably not, no. Rupee is very tough. But it's still pretty strong. Like, if you're 1500 on Rupee or something, definitely play with these AIs because they can be a tough matchup for you, and you can just have some fun game to try it out once in a while. Of course, playing against humans is always maybe better and pretty nice, but if you just want to relax after a long evening at work, after a long day at work or something, you can just start up a game against the AI and save and restore anytime you want to later on. So it's just really relaxed, and I personally like playing against AIs very much for that reason.
Oh, me too. I think it's an excellent way to just introduce your friends to the game and have a casual game with a lot less of the normal stress. The AIs in both HD and especially in Userpatch, essentially, if you don't cheese them in the early game and it gets to the later stages of the game, then they can be an absolutely excellent challenge for players. So if you consider yourself to be one of the top HD players, then you'll definitely get a good challenge out of the Barbarian. Now, it looks like there are two completely dead players in this game, essentially. So, Orange Barbarian is not looking so hot, whereas Juggernaut, not so much either. The Orange Juggernaut is down to 4 population, by the way, so the first true kill of the game does go to Evil Kitties.
And hey, actually the Evil Kitties are having a score lead right now.
Woo!
Promi, yes. Yeah. And also, wait, let me just check the name again. Groove Metal in the chat just said, or told me, Promi, your AI is ridiculous. Yeah, it's having a good showing here because it wasn't attacked too much while it was booming up. And it's great, yeah. I agree. Also, there was one different question in the chat, I think. Yeah. Letiak said or asked, did I see the Abbas tribute to Bray? Yes, that's also one very cool feature, which is possible in the HD version too. Which is that the AIs can actually detect their ally resource amounts, and if the allies are lacking wood, for example, and you have 2000 wood or something, the AIs will automatically contribute resources without having to be asked to do so. So, for example, Promi, Horde, Barbarian, these 3 AIs are known to do this, and also some others, but not playing in this game. So that's a good way, to boost a rebuilding player here. Yep.
And it's worth noting that even though these AIs have the ability to do this, they are definitely completely beatable on the non-cheating difficulties, so everything up to hard. And I know that there are some people every now and then in the HD edition who are like, how on earth is the default AI so fast? Like, it must be cheating. It actually doesn't cheat on any difficulty, not even on hardest. So with enough practice, you'll definitely be able to beat it. It doesn't do things that essentially a skilled player cannot do. It just happens to be efficient and well scripted.
Yeah. Also, the funniest thing I ever read in the forums was some guy telling me that the AI cheats. I told him no, that it doesn't cheat. And he told me, oh, I'm playing this game for 16 years and it cheats and whatever. And I just told him, yeah, I know, the old AI did cheat, but I actually scripted this new AI myself. It doesn't cheat.
And it definitely doesn't. We've checked.
Yeah. And actually, he was polite. He recognized me as the AI scripter and said, okay, I'm going to trust you. But yeah, it was funny for a second there, because he told me, the scripter, that it would cheat. Okay, so Blue's getting attacked heavily now. Promi has actually switched away from the Elite Eagle Warriors to Champions and Pikes. I'm not sure why. It's probably because he ran out of gold mines. That's his main reason for switching to a different strategy when he was on the Elite Eagle Warrior strategy. Yeah, I don't see any gold mines anymore. And so I can only guess that his trade wasn't up to the Elite Eagle Warrior flood standards yet. And so he needed some gold. And so this switched to a less gold reliant strategy here. Well, not strategy, but unit composition.
Right. Now, one thing I really like is that the Yellow Barbarian started transitioning into Elite Jaguar Warriors a little while ago, and we saw this in response, of course, to Promi's Elite Eagle Warrior Madness, which has kind of just taken over this game. So I think it's an excellent decision on the Yellow Barbarian, and that's going to do a lot of damage to the Blue Barbarian with this very infantry-heavy army.
Oh yeah, definitely. Promi's a bit late because he was destroying some mining camps on the way there, which weren't that important. He can actually skip past them, and he will do so. But in this situation, he didn't consider it necessary.
He's going for red, it looks like.
Yeah, that's... I actually also know why. He considers orange to be dead, and wants to attack the second closest enemy. And unlucky for him, this isn't yellow. It's actually red. So, yeah, he's going to the wrong side. This is... Well, this isn't very good, because blue is now getting doubled.
Well, like I said, arm gun, by the way, it's important to not do those things, like drush it, or tower rush the AI if you actually want a real game. Of course, you can always cheese the AI at the start, but it's more of like an exploit thing. And yes, right now, it looks like the Blue Barbarian is in a lot of trouble, and he's going to need some assistance.
Yes, definitely. Oh my god, Promi. Why do you do this to me? Yeah, and also the champs are a really bad choice against the Elite Juggernaut here. And of course as well against the Elite Jaguar Warriors. He's training some Elite Jaguar Warriors, no, just Jaguar Warriors for now, himself, to counter the yellow player, I think, if he switched back. It does look like he switched back. And yeah, but definitely needs a response to purple here. Because blue is already, yeah, almost dead here. Down to 110 pop, lost his main town center, lost his second town center, and this Promi needs to be the one who answers these Jugnus here, or else it's gonna look really, really bad.
Does Orange even have a town center, by the way? Because it says he's at 19 population, so he must. I just can't find where it is.
It might have been that he rebuilt behind one of his enemies. I see an orange siege. Oh, yeah, I see the town center. It's behind red and purple. Or between.
Oh my god, it is! He's not dead!
Yeah, that's so cool to see when these Userpatch AIs just rebuild behind a different ally. So yeah, he's definitely not out of the game yet. Really nice.
Oh my god.
For their team at least, because the evil kitties are losing. Oh my god. Yeah, that retasking was very unfortunate. Also that Promi didn't consider purple an immediate threat, because yeah, Promi focused on red and yellow there, I think, and that means that he wasn't ready to counter the purple army there. Really unfortunate.
Absolutely brutal. Game's not over yet though, so we'll have to see if Promi is able to hold the line. Thank you so much, Delta, for the resub, and Hutchkiss, if I didn't get a chance to thank you as well. Looks like Promi will be able to barely hold the line here. He does have a very nice mixed infantry army comp. The problem is, though, is that no matter how strong Promi is, with the Blue Barbarian dead, they're at a massive population discrepancy.
Yeah, definitely. For example, now Promi is adding Arbalests against the Elite Jaguar Warriors, and some skirmishers, which isn't that great in general, but against the Juggernaut, and also because they don't have that good of a trade line right now. But yeah, as you said, without blue, it's basically impossible to hold onto this. Let's see if green can work some wonders. He has heavy cavalry archers and hussars, and halberdiers, which is pretty nice. So he has got everything in terms of technology, but he's also against purple and red. Purple just switched to his front.
Ooh.
So it's 2 versus 3 at the moment. Doesn't look too great.
Definitely not. And speaking of things that are annoying, one of the things that Userpatch AIs definitely do, and we're seeing the purple AI do this right now, is putting down some forward Chinese bombard towers to try and hold on to as much map control as possible. Thankfully, Promi does have siege rams to deal with that, but that's going to make it difficult for Promi to push this back. Meanwhile, the Horde kind of struggling. He's going to have to deal with 2 players right now, and the Red Barbarian has Paladins, so that might be all she wrote for green.
Yeah. Well, on the other side, Promi regained a bit more of freedom here. Since the attack stopped, he also has an onager, which will really help against purple. And these seed gems by yellow. But yeah, if Promi can't push back now, then it's the Horde which is going to be broken in here, because he's fighting against 2 enemies again.
Now, thank you, Jacob. I appreciate, and welcome to the stream. I won't get a chance to respond to everybody while we're casting this. Now, Promi, for situations like this where the game is definitely coming to a close, should we speed through the last section of it on 100% speed, or what's the plan?
Oh yeah, okay. AIs, actually these new AIs, these Userpatch AIs, don't resign that late, but they still resign later than most humans would do. So I think let's wait a tiny bit longer, and then we can just, yeah, speed through the rest on 100 or something.
Yes.
When it's just cleaning up. Oh. I mean, this is looking pretty over right now, but Promi is at 180 pop. Okay, Horde 140. Yeah, maybe just watch the last fight here.
Yes.
Promi is engaging yellow. Yellow isn't sure where to attack yet, it seems.
By the way, do they all resign collectively as a team or individually? So are they communicating with each other to agree as a team to do that, or? The
funny thing is, 7 of these AIs in this game will do so. But actually, the player who's the most dead, which is Grey, is known to resign very, very late. So it might be that Promi Horde...
He's at 0 population!
Yeah, but still, even if he just has an archery range, he might sometimes not resign.
Guys, he has a market. He has a market, houses, and some military buildings. He's fine. He's fine.
That's good enough for Juggernaut.
He doesn't have a town center either.
Yeah. Oh, blue also rebuilt behind green, actually. Oh, that's really nice. I mean, he has no time to rebuild, of course, but just seeing it is very nice.
That would be a really good choice if green wasn't already dead, but there's really no safe place for him to settle. It's just cool to see these AIs attempt to rebuild, and a lot of the time that will work, as, you know, orange showing promising signs of life, whereas green not looking so great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, red also has paladins now, and everything.
Yeah, that's a scary army. He's been sitting at close to 200 population for a while now.
Promi is still on 185 pop, but it's also because he wasn't pushed in very far. And Yellow has been fighting him outside of his base, so Promi's economy was never in danger here. Ooh, actually watch the trade cards at the left side of the map. That's very unfortunate. This can be avoided, that the trade cards are taking such an unsafe route.
Yeah.
But for now, only Barbarian is doing it very efficiently. Promi is also doing it in a much more simple way for now, but yeah, it isn't as effective as Barbarian is doing it yet. But yeah, that's of course one of the many things I want to work on in the future. And it's also so nice that you can always find something to work on. So I will probably still be here scripting on Promi and hopefully the HD AI in the next couple of years.
And that's the scariest thing, is that even though these AIs are incredibly intelligent as is, they can still only get better, so...
Yeah.
pretty terrifying thought to have.
Yes.
What we saw earlier, I think one of the AIs, like, deleted his market or something like that to shift the trade line.
Oh yeah, was that actually Juggernaut, the grey player, or was it a different one?
Not sure. Someone in the chat, I think, mentioned that it was the Barbarian, the purple one, but I'm not sure.
Okay, nice. Yeah, some AIs do that exactly to save the trade. Yeah, because as AI trade cards will by default just travel to a market, which is in a certain distance, so as to maximize their gold income. But yeah, they don't detect if there are any enemies in the vicinity. But of course, yeah, with the microing, they can actually select the markets now and search for enemies inside a certain radius. So they could do it better, but yeah, not every AI is doing it better yet.
That's super cool. Goodbye, Mr. A says, one day there will be an AI tournament with AIs that were programmed by other AIs. Oh, God.
Yeah, that would be nice.
One thing that makes me really happy, and I don't know how much you guys remember the Conquerors AI, but I played far too much of that for any rational human being. Because I used to think when I was a kid that I wasn't ready for online play until I could be faster than the Conquerors AI on hardest. And for those of you who played AoE a lot as a kid and played it on hardest, you'll know that it cheats like crazy. I used to think that a 4-minute feudal age and a 9-minute castle age was normal, and I was just bad. This is like, huh, no matter how hard I can try, I can't get it faster than 16 minutes. What am I doing wrong? One of the interesting things with the Conquerors AI is I swear that, you mentioned it petering it out. Once it got to the Imperial Age, I think it just stopped. It never escrowed or saved any resources for upgrades. I don't think I've ever seen it create a siege onager.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really one of the faults. Like, it may research some very advanced technologies in some games, but it's actually based on a random factor for very many of these researchers.
Oh, God.
And that's just such a weird idea. I don't know why you would do that. I mean, it's serves for, or makes for diverse games, but I mean, you sometimes just see militia, sometimes you see champions, but it's still very odd.
Yes, I'm going to try that in one of my games, guys, where we're going to roll dice to decide our build order. And it looks like, unfortunately, that is the end of Game 1, as Evil Kitties has been narrowly defeated by the 4 Barbarian team. Still, though, they put up an excellent fight, and I think this was a very solid Game 1.
Yeah, that was actually, I completely agree. That was very close in between, and the Evil Kitties might have actually won. It was a bit unfortunate with the retargeting, and I don't know if that was everything or not, but yeah, it was awesome just to see that this game would be so close, and will definitely make watching the next couple of games even more interesting than you already thought it would be before the games.
Yes. And it's worth noting that even though I like to poke fun at the weird things that the Conquerors AI did, is that around the time that it was made, it was very difficult for the developers to actually know what the competitive metagame would be like. And yeah, we've had also years of testing that they just didn't have access to. And there were some things that it did inconsistently very well. So it's kind of a fun mixed bag. And in the next game, I wanted to talk to you about some of the my favorite things I've seen it done, like the feudal age mass militia is always cool.
Oh wow, Mr. Haki Haki is a German guy streaming as well, or has a YouTube channel. It's awesome that someone's asking for this, because I didn't cast before or anything, but I actually do have yeah, I do actually stream AOC, but I don't do it on my account that I'm typing with in the Twitch chat. Mm-hmm. I'm doing it on a shared AI scripters account, so I'm just going to link this here for a second. And you can definitely follow it, and from time to time I will be there and just stream some AI games, which is, yeah, usually really fun.
Alright, well...
And I don't have a YouTube channel, yeah.
Yes. Feel free to link anything in the Twitch chat. Now, in the meantime, of course, guys, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, as we will post the VODs on YouTube, you can find everything you need and more in the video description below. Links to all the games after this, more Age of Empires stuff, my custom AI, link to purchase the HD edition so you can try the new default AI, and of course, if you want to try all these fancy Userpatch AIs, you can always just buy HD edition, install the compatibility patch, and then we'll be able to play that on Voobly as well. So we're going to take a brief 3-minute break here, and then we're going to get started on the next game. So again, thank you for joining me, Promi. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll see you all in just a couple of minutes. GG, well played.